strategic road plan was when we passed the $1 million bond issue.
What year was that?
And let me just continue. What that strategy was to pave all the roads in Prairie. Are there any unpaved roads in Prairie now?
Yeah, but I mean, we just add that to part of our road assessment.
The answer to your question is no,
What?
except for, his
Well, wait,
question was,
haven't
are
you
there
had some
any
new development?
unpaved roads? Now, there are two unpaved roads, but what we discussed earlier before you got here, with the passing of the bond in 2008,
Mhm.
we haven't had a consistent maintenance plan for those roads. So yes,
Yeah, right.
we paved all of them, but 10 years later, they don't look like they did 10 years ago.
Well, I understand that, but what I was asking though, I think you all have had some new development where some streets have been extended,
Joan of Arc is
and they might not be paved.
Yeah, you got roads that are not paved.
Now,
But
we
remember
got a new
those
list.
developments where those trailer homes are?
Yeah.
Because those weren't there then,
Yeah, we got you, Judge.
So
and
that's the
they've been
question.
extended.
Right,
Well, they've been created, more or less.
right. So you said that to say,
Well, I hope that's in your house.
right.
Same.
So we're just laying out the plan right now. then
Yeah, I'm just hoping
step-
that y'all have considered that in your planning
Right.
process.
Yes, sir, we
So we're gonna-
on step one of
Okay,
the
good,
planning
good.
process.
We're gonna identify every road,
Yeah, right,
and
okay.
then we're gonna go back through it and then identify, I guess go through like a ranking system. Identify what each road needs,
Mhm.
then put them in a ranking system and say, this is the worst road in Prairie, so it needs to be one of the first roads fixed. Then we're gonna try to allocate these roads over
That's fine.
5
Mhm.
to,
Yeah,
7
because
year
we can
plan.
project a 5-year out as far as how much money you probably have available.
Yes, sir. How would, so now that we on step two, and we have this, survey of need, how would we like this ranking system to come into place? So things, so we have to create our own ranking system as far
Well,
as.
I wouldn't get into the weeds, because if we get an engine, so part of it is what an engineer would do. But we could just do based on 1, 2, 3,
But I'm saying, so what is a one? So a one is, like, we gotta have a description upon what is a one.
so one would probably be,
Unpaved.
Sandra,
A 1 would probably be unpaved, be quite honest with you guys.
Right,
A
unpaid.
1 would be unpaved.
All right,
That new
unpaved,
street
what else?
that's now in existence, that wasn't in existence back when we had the strategic plan. Basically, your 1 is totally unpaved.
All right,
so one would be, so we're gonna start one would be unpaved, number 2 would be poor,
Poor condition, potholes, things of that. things of
number
that.
3 would be good,
No, 3 would be, needs to be wide.
Are we going 1 through 5?
Yeah.
because if we're gonna, if we go to 4, you want to do 5? So what
We
would
can do
be?
4, we can do 4.
So if 1 is unpaved, number 2 would be poor, number 3 would be fair,
Yeah.
and then number 4 would be good. Because we don't have any excellent, so it'd be good, fair, poor, and unpaved, which is the 4.
Right.
And we can, and actually, if we look at our plan that from 2008, that's how the roads are defined, poor, fair, and.
Yeah, and what happened in 8, we looked at all the streets and we saw that we could not accommodate a full width. So we had to narrow them to be able to accomplish the goal of at least paving all the streets. So that's why they are somewhat narrow.
all right, and then 3 would be, once we, to get the plan back, when are we looking forward to getting this plan back from Public Works? I guess, what?
30, we need to do it before our planning session, so
Before
let's
the
give
next city
them
council.
30 days. Let's give them 2, so 30 days. What you think? Because they give
Because
us
we want
2.
to spend this money, we're kind of on a fast track, because we like to get rid of this money before the next budget cycle.
So having Public Works do it in the next,
30 days.
Well, as long as you start it now, you can go into the next cycle because the monies you don't spend will still be identified, so to speak, as a reserve for street maintenance.
so I guess maybe, So 30 days, do we think that's too long for, because then do we wanna turn it over to an engineer? And are we gonna,
That's why I was
do,
saying.
how much money we're gonna allocate, to actually follow up? So if we say the city staff, again, we don't know how much work they have in front of them, but this is also important, so do you think 2 weeks, or the mayor's here with?
So, with the process, before we can start, before we can spend anything, it's gonna have to come to an agenda item.
Right.
So 30 days gives us time to take care of what we need to take care of legislatively, as well as it doesn't put an additional strain on what they have to do for their day-to-day operations. You know what I'm saying?
That's a great thing.
Appreciate it. And so, so that while we're in the meantime, we can bring the agenda items necessary as far as the engineer, how we want to operate with the engineer, those type of things. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. All right, so as far as what we basically leave here today is that we're asked to be placed on the agenda for the public works. Well, first things first, I'll get you guys the roadmap for planning and zoning, your boxes tomorrow. Then we will get, on the agenda, the plan, for public works to basically go to the city streets and then do a ranking system of what we said as good, useful, poor, fair, and.
So maybe we can develop a document, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, we put it on the agenda and then develop the
And
document.
then, yeah, so, you know, they have to travel these streets, so we can try to incorporate it into their work.